Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 13th episode of the Central Texas Music Experience here with Corey Ipock and Scotty Gilyard from Ragwood Revolver. Take it away, guys.
Driving down the highway, I'm feeling alright. Pedal to the middle and I'm feeling alive. Got my girl and I'm feeling alright. And we're gonna party until we break daylight. Well, and baby, if you find us out there, yeah, we got girls, guitars, and plenty of beer. And it's a warm country southern night, yeah, and we're gonna party until we break daylight down here in Texas. Yeah. I'm driving down the highway, and where I'm going I don't know. But I got my girl, I got my beer, and I ain't got no cares in the world, and I'm feeling alright. Well, and maybe if you find us out there, yeah, we got girls, guitars, and plenty of beer. And it's a warm country southern night, yeah, and we're gonna party until we break daylight down here in Texas. Yeah. Feeling so free down here in Central Texas. Partying is what we're all about. Got my girl, I got my beer, and I ain't got no care in the world. Feeling so good, feeling so good, feeling so good, so good. If you can find us way out here, yeah, then raise your beer. Yeah, just raise your beer. And it's a warm country southern night, yeah, and we're gonna party until we break daylight down here in Texas. Yeah, down here in Texas. Oh.
Hell yeah. All right. That was great. Hey, guys, this is the 13th episode of the Central Texas Music Experience. I'm here with Scotty Ipock, and wow. Holy shit. Scotty Gilyard and Corey Ipock. Yeah, I just did a mashup. Wow. What a start to a podcast. Yeah, I lost it.
Brothers
there
from
for a
another
second.
mother.
Well, if you guys don't know out there, they're part of a band, the leaders of the band, Ragwood Revolver, and they're a new band, relatively new, but I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them out in the open mic scene. You can pull your mic closer since we're getting into the interview process.
Mine's close enough.
Probably might want to bring a little bit
Up close
closer.
and personal.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, for whatever reason, that mic is problems. That mic is the best over there, and the mic I'm talking on.
Oh, yeah. You jealous?
A little bit. You always get the best.
Well, before we get this episode officially started, we're going to go ahead and plug some sponsors as we do always. And our first sponsor for this podcast is going to be Horizon Design Photography. You can go to www.horizondesignphotos.com. They specialize in weddings, portraits, and events. You can visit their website and purchase digital files or prints of any pictures that you have. We're also sponsored by Benez Customs Leather. You can go to www.facebook.com/Benez Customs. That's BENEZ Customs. I'm not going to spell it for you. You're all grown-ass people. They specialize in custom handmade leather belts, holsters, slings, phone cases, and guitar straps. We're also sponsored by Buster Sports Bar. They feature sports on the televisions. They have karaoke. They have a great selection of food and drink. Just head out there. It's off of Veterans Memorial in Harker Heights, right next to that big-ass club that I can't mention on my podcast due to legal reasons. But Russ, the owner, is a great guy and a great supporter of local music out here. And our final sponsor is Coops Vinyl Graphics. They specialize in banners, logo designs, vinyl printing, T-shirts. Pretty much all of your vinyl needs or any design needs, you can hit them up, and I'm pretty sure they'll be able to take care of you in any way possible. If you guys haven't seen the banners before, there was an event that All Bottoms Up called Girls with Guitars, and the banner that was in the back on the stage, that was one that was designed by Coops Vinyl Graphics, so you can check them out. And they got a great plethora of work. So how you guys doing this afternoon?
Pretty chipper, actually.
Pretty chipper. Pretty chipper. That's a new word, actually. I don't use that often. Chipper.
Yeah, it's kind of odd for us to be doing a podcast in the afternoon. We usually do it about 7 p.m. and then it gives me some time to work on it. But the afternoon is cool. Everyone's busy and they got their own schedules to fulfill.
Yeah,
we're not rock stars yet. We don't see the past two. Getting there one day.
So basically, we have really not had a chance to really sit down and talk. I've seen you guys around, and I actually caught one of your shows, one of your first shows at O'Brien's, and I can mention them because, we're cool. So
it's all good there.
No legal reasons there. Legal reasons for the other places.
Shout out to O'Brien's. Hey.
But so basically, since we really haven't had a chance to talk, it's really the first time sitting down and just kind of getting to know each other. Everyone gets a chance to kind of tell their story as far, on a personal level or on a professional level as far as music is concerned, or, whatever you want to talk about. It's just to let you know how the format works. And so I guess I can start with Corey. What got you involved in music, period? What was the starting point and to what get you where you are today?
Really, it all started with my cousin giving me my very first guitar, some first act guitar, when I was 4 or 5 years old. Just started playing around with it, and I was like, oh, this sounds cool. Just started playing random chords, didn't even know the names of them yet. Just I was like, oh, well, this sounds pretty cool. So I started doing that for years, and so I was really into metal at the time, I guess. So this is a definite change for us.
Yeah.
So I know both of us, we both started off playing hard rock, metal, and so that's what I've been used to. But I met Justin Bravo a few years ago, and he invited me out. He said, hey, I host these open mics out at a certain bar.
You can mention them.
Okay, well, he said he owns open mics at All Bottoms Up on Wednesday nights. He's like, I'd really like to come have you play for us. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll go try that out. So I started playing I played a few original tunes I had. It wasn't too southern music. I'd say it's pretty indie acoustic, but so that's how I got started. And when I was like, this is, I really want to start getting bigger with this, so I brought Scott Gilyard around. I was like, hey man, my singing's not where I want it to be yet. So I was like, I know you got the voice for it. I was like, come sing for me, and I'll, play a little 6-string for you. I'll slap the guitar for you.
Oh yeah.
So that's how we got started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Scotty, what's your story as far as getting involved in the music?
Well, I was in middle school. I did band, all right, and I'm still a geek.
Nerd.
I still love.
I'm right there with you.
Oh yeah, I still love comic books. I'm a nerd, but in middle school I did band and I played baritone. I was brum, 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 all that stuff. And I was singing one day and someone was like, "You should sing, man. You have a good voice." and just stop playing baritone because you suck. I was like, okay. And so, I put the instrument down. I put the baritone down. I started singing, and I did vocal training for years and years and years, and got my voice better. And then Corey, like Corey said, he pulled me along, and he brought me to an all bottoms up open mic night one night. And he got me into the kind of country southern rock scene, and like I wasn't used to singing that style. Like for a while, I even did hip hop. I was a rapper, but I was used to choral like Ave Maria type singing, that kind of stuff.
Church
and like
music.
Church music. And he got me into that, and I was like, I'm digging this, and I love the feel of the Central Texas music scene, like how the Southern hospitality feel. And I started listening to more Southern rock, more country bands like Mr. Derringer Band, John Austin Band. Shout out to all you guys. 7 Years Today, I started listening to these guys, and like they brought us in, and it felt homey, it felt right, and I started like trying out the style, and it felt good. And like me and Corey did the open mic scene for a little while, and we started growing and building, and we started coming to our own until what we are today, Ragwood Revolver.
Yeah.
So how did that materialize into the band? Did you guys just plan it? Just like, well,
No.
It fell out of the heavens. Not even gonna lie.
It's like having a baby. It just kind of happened.
It's like an unplanned baby. It just came, and it just yeah. Well, we
started doing just like covers here and there. Some Darius Rucker. We did Darius Rucker.
Yeah, the running gag for the longest time is that I was Darius Rucker and Corey was Justin Bieber. So no, actually for a while, like it was like
Some white
coming
guy.
up, some white guy and a black guy, yeah, and like that was us.
Then we started doing. Then we actually started writing some originals, and we're like, wow, we actually do some really
and it was
some badass songs.
It was good, and we enjoyed it.
We started doing this dual sing thing that not a lot of people around here did.
Yeah,
so they started digging that. They were
good
like,
point.
wow, we really don't have two singers like that do this kind of like switch off things. Like,
Yeah.
I have a song I sing. He has a song he sings, but we both sing together on most of them.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Wow,
It was fresh and it was cool. It was new to this area, so people were like, and a lot of people would encourage. And that's the thing, like we didn't know, we're kind of fresh. We're like, we had these new ideas about both of us singing, like he said, and people were like, yeah, keep doing that. And we just kind of started like working on that and going back and forth.
And then my guitar playing was like more of a style. Like it was my metal roots, and he brought in the soulful singing. So that's way different, We don't. It's pretty different to have like a soulful singer.
Yeah,
around Central Texas. So like
the style of music that you guys play, it's Southern rock, but then you have those elements of that soulful. It gives it a different element to a different feel. Because the one thing that you guys don't want to do as a band or any band out here is just don't try to sound like the next person.
Right.
Be as original as you possibly. But
Definitely.
don't be too original where like you alienate people.
Like, what is this? Yeah. This is blasphemy.
So outside of music, how did you guys hook up? How did you guys meet? How did the friendship develop?
It's the same high school, but like
because we just know each other.
But like me and Corey are like very different people in high school. Like I was a choir geek. Like I was quiet. Like I was the awkward kid because like we're both 22, so like we're still pretty young, and like we were in high school together. I was a year ahead of him, but I was a choir geek. Like I was all about choir, and like he ran track and all that. He was a cool kid, man.
Yeah, I kind of did the rebel.
Yeah.
I kind of was the rebel kid in high school.
Long hair, don't care.
Parties.
Yeah, parties, and I was just like, Mom and Dad, I got a choir concert. You coming? Like that was us, and like we didn't even did we hang out?
It was like towards the end of high school.
Towards the end,
we had a mutual friend.
Yeah, we had a mutual friend. That was the thing. That was the one defining thing. We had a mutual friend who he already knew, and I had just started to get to know him. We all came together. We started hanging out one day, and then like
we started playing music.
You gotta understand, me and Corey have been in probably 3-4 different bands before finding this legitimate lineup.
Well, let's talk about that too.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Let's talk about the other bands.
Yeah, okay. My very first band, I put together my very first band when I was in 8th grade. And I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
We were called The Anonymous. It was really funny. We played.
I think I have seen a video on Facebook or something like that that's posted.
There's some pictures, videos. We played for our entire school on our very last day of middle school. It was pretty funny. It was pretty awesome. We had no singers, so we were just like this melodic band.
Yeah.
That kind of didn't go anywhere. But then I started listening to a lot of indie acoustic artists, and I was like, so I got really big into the indie acoustic scene, but still it's like sticking to my metal style.
Yeah.
So around 10th grade, I put together this little pop rock band. It was kind of weird. And then I know with a longtime buddy of mine that we've been playing guitar together. We kind of we were trying out a bunch of different people. I know Scott came in and was working with us a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That didn't go anywhere too much.
No.
And then then I went and joined a pretty hard metal band, and I started playing some like death metal stuff. Then I actually started getting shows and everything, playing at like Hard Ambush, stuff like that, and the Music Vault places like that were kind of hosting those hard rock shows. That kind of died off.
Rest in peace, Music Vault, by the way, because
I
I do miss that place.
That's where we started.
That was a big deal for a lot of us, like especially in Harker Heights. Is that there aren't a lot of huge music venues like that supported
that style of music.
The hard rock scene. Of course, it kind of simmered down here.
Yeah,
but
dude.
That was a big deal back in 08.
Like at our age group, that was the biggest music scene. Was like screamo style.
Yeah, and that's what we did. And like,
yeah.
I remember like one of the bands we did. We actually had ABU a couple times. Like, we were a little band called Shout in Secret.
Then we changed it to it was so bad. I don't even want to talk about it.
We were a band called Shout, and that was just the girliest name.
Oh,
and
it was so bad.
I feel like we were a Nair commercial. Like, who wears short shorts? And it was just, it was awful.
So we changed our name to the Sixth Degree.
Yeah,
and we played like quinceañeras and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was so bad. I was not proud.
We want to do hard rock so bad, and we were like, all right, guys, time to grow up. A couple of our members went our separate ways. We were like, we'll call it a day. But me and Corey were always good friends. We were like, let's keep playing. And like, well, that's not even before we even get into that. Like, there was another thing we did. We played a Christian show one time at I don't remember the name. When we did, I was just, I don't even know where I'm going.
Yeah, we played like youth group. Or something
we played.
Like
like Young Life youth groups, and like I have a devout faith, and I was praying, and like we did this show, and like me and Corey have been from everywhere, from heavy metal at this point to
Christian rock.
I mean, I was a rapper, and the point is we've.
This is where we basically found our call.
This is where we found our own, basically. Yeah, we've dipped our toes in the water though, like the best of them. So
yeah, we did. Yeah, tried out a bunch of different.
So it's like it's like evolve or die,
Yeah, basically, we had to evolve a lot because we're young. We wanted to try different things. And we're like, we're hard rockers, heavy metal.
We're not doing that no more. We found out. I grew up and I started to like listen to different things that, like back in the day when I was a kid, I was like, man, I don't like country. I was like. It's too twangy for me. Let's put on some Pantera. So now it's just like now I listen to like Whiskey Myers every day, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting into that style of music, and I started really loving like Blackfoot and all those like Southern rock. And that's what I really started feeling. I was like, man, I love playing this style of guitar now. It's really fun to me. Yeah. So when I started doing open mic, I did open mics by myself for about a year or two. Just going wherever. Doing it at Jokers with
wherever he could play, wherever we could play.
ABU.
Yeah.
Playing with a lot of cool cats like Marvin and Marvin and Mylan and all those cool guys. Stuff like that. And they kind of helped supported us and helped me and Scott get where we were at. So when I brought him in and we started playing our originals, people were like started digging it. And, and now we started about a year ago. We started Ragwood Revolver, just the two of us. We did a duo piece, and we played a little few gigs here and there as an acoustic piece. Yeah, just a little 2-piece band.
And like for a while, and even for the longest time, we were just two guys. Ragwood. We wanted a band name, right? We always wanted a band name. We always wanted a band. How did Ragwood Revolver even come about?
I don't know. I was like, I want something with Revolver.
We wanted something. We just wanted like Revolver, man. It's like it's edgy, it's tough, and like Ragwood. I don't know
how we got Ragwood.
We just liked it though. We just liked it, and we stuck with it. And then, but like I think one of the things that helps the band is like all of us members. We all have different backgrounds in music. None of us are the same by any means. Yeah. But we found something that we can come to as a collective, and that's Southern rock, because we can all bring like. I'm a big Aerosmith fan. I listen to a lot of Aerosmith, Jimi Hendrix, a lot of those old rockers, 80s, 70s, 60s rock, and like I feel like with my soulful kind of tone, I can bring that kind of vibe to the Southern rock sound that we have. And Corey's listening to a lot of metal. He can bring his hard rock guitar, and then Austin, Terry, Brandon, everyone, like it comes together really nicely. And like I like that. Yeah. Through all that we've been through and all the types of music that we played, we can come together as Ragwood Revolver and have this kind of sound. It's
a special thing when you get like this, these random guys from different backgrounds. It's like, we're just here to make some music, man. Come on,
He liked Viking metal. He was in a church choir, but they're awesome in Southern rock.
It's like, what the?
Yeah.
So, a few questions that I like to ask, for all the musicians that come through here. Yeah. Is your own personal influences that you can name just right off the bat, past, present, you know, what? Yeah.
Pretty much the one that like I had my favorite musician of all time. He still is. You know, got me really into this like kind of dark style melodic guitar. I listened to a lot of this guy named Dallas Green. He's in this. He did acoustic just alone by himself called City in Color, and I loved City in Color, and that's what I was like. So when I started playing at ABU, you know, I played that style a lot, really indie, and did a few covers of his stuff, and that was like what I really loved at that time. I was like getting really into like Iron and Wine and all this kind of like really indie style, but like I don't know, it just wasn't really. I mean, I love to play, I love to listen to it, but I was like, you know what, I want to do more. I want to do more with this. So then I started trying to do like more southern rock. So that's when I started listening to a lot of like Whiskey Myers. And I really love Whiskey Myers, so I started doing a lot of covers.
He does. You won't shut up about him. Sometimes I'll slap him, but you know.
Yeah, so I love Whiskey Myers, Sonny Rue, all those guys, and that's just what really got me started. Plus, playing a lot of Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Go wrong with
Yeah.
Oh
Leonard
yeah,
Skinner.
you know, yeah.
Who doesn't love
that's a
Leonard
staple in
Skinner?
itself. That's a staple.
So I started drifting more towards that, and I was like, you know what, man, this is really fun. I feel like I can sing a lot of that style like that, and you know, it makes me feel more at home when I play guitar. Yeah, that's really my biggest influence right there. But definitely my favorite musician of all time is City in Color. I still listen to him a lot, and you know.
What about you, Scotty?
For me, I'm one of those really weird people who has a really random eclectic taste in music. Like I like everything, but like when I was younger, I listened to a lot of hip hop, and then a lot of R&B, and then I got older, so I listened to a lot of like Fall Out Boy, really weird. You could call it like no offense, emo bands, a lot of emo bands.
That was our generation.
Yeah, that was just our thing growing up. Like we listened to a lot of emo bands. Fall Out Boy, was it Fall of Troy? Just a lot of like melodic rock. Well, you know, I got older, and like as you get older, you start to lose taste in a lot of things that you like when you were younger.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 22 now. Like I'm not like I don't want to slit my wrist and cry over the girl who didn't go with me to prom. You know, I'm getting older, so that music doesn't really appeal to me. Nothing against those bands, it just doesn't appeal to me now. And it's like Corey said, I'm getting more as I grow as a Texan to love Texas. I learned to love the Texas music scene, and that's a lot of red dirt, country, and southern rock. A lot of there's a musician called Gary Clark Jr. He's a blues musician. He's excellent musician. A lot of bluesy, soulful southern music, and like as I've learned to listen to that, you start to feel more appreciative of being a Texan. And so it's like he says, your music taste grows, and that's what I'm digging on right now. A lot of like Gary Clark Jr.'s. I do enjoy Whiskey Myers as well, and I'm actually trying to stay away from a lot of mainstream music, like, because
I think we've both been that way.
it's cool, but like I actually like, I'm not even, it's gonna sound like Scotty's a kiss ass, but I actually do look up to a lot of the big bands in our local music scene, MDB, John Austin Band, 7 Years Today, because like they're doing what they love, and they're doing it for Texas.
Really supportive us too.
They have supported us, and so it's like you kind of start to look up to them, like, man, these guys are great, and so they are a huge influence on them.
Yeah.
Is this surprising, the kind of scene that's developed out here over the years? Like when you start getting into it, you're like, man, I didn't even know this thing existed out here.
Yeah, it really did.
I never knew about any of these
once
bands actually.
I've been doing this for a few years now, for like around the Central Texas music scene, and like it's become like a family. You know, we're all like a tight knit group. Yeah. You know, Red Dirt Ramblers, 7 Years Today, and you know they've been nothing but supportive of us, and it's like one big family. You know. Yeah. And we've all been supportive of each other. We all play shows together. We all play open mics together. And it's all about just having good times, and that's really how we got started. And I don't think me or Scott would be here today if it wasn't for all these guys. Definitely.
Us out. And it makes it fun. It just makes it fun. Because honestly, I could probably say this for every last musician. If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing it. Yeah. And these other bands out there, they make it fun because we have to have an audience. You have to have support. You know, but it's fun. It's been fun for a long time, and like even sometimes we've had to laugh at ourselves in the past because we know we sound pretty retarded. Not gonna lie. We have this running joke. I think it was Bravo. I don't know who it was, but we had an old guy in a band named Jake, and we played a show at ABU as a rock band, as a hard rock band. We were awful. We were awful. We were underage, and someone came out back there like, "Hey man, we know y'all look nervous. Y'all are young. Would you like some whiskey?" We were like, "Give it, look," and we chugged it down. We went and played. And then we walked with someone. They were like, "Were we good?" And someone was like, "You guys were great." And we were like, "Don't lie to us." Yeah, it was awful. And we were like, "Thank you."
Hey, we actually needed constructive criticism.
Yeah, but no one's ever been like, stop playing, you suck. Everyone has always been supportive in this area, and that's what keeps us going.
Yeah,
you know?
Lately we've been really proud of ourselves. We've been doing really good. We're coming out. Ragwood Revolver's coming up to be this new thing. You know, like there's this new band coming out, Ragwood Revolver. Hey guys, check this out. They got a new sound. They're pretty awesome, and it makes us happy to hear that.
So you guys just got done playing your first full band show, like we talked about earlier, at O'Brien's. What was the process like getting to that point, and then when it fell in your lap, this is what we're going to be doing on the $3 Thursday at O'Brien, and getting there and getting ready. How was the process of getting ready for that particular? Was it a different element? I know it's different from open mic versus full band, and you're like, oh. Okay.
This is the real deal.
Yeah.
People are paying to see us.
Well, I mean, both of us we both played shows like that before. Like we're not new to like having full bands and playing shows like that.
Yeah, we're not new to actual gigs, but I mean,
but this is the first time we did it in this kind of scene.
As this band too.
Yeah, and as this band. It kind of just happened out of like we just put this band together like one day to the next. We're like, hey, we got this drummer, you guys. We're like, okay, let's try him out. Hey, Brandon says, hey, I'll play guitar for you. All right, let's
try it out.
Let's try it out, and then Austin was like, yeah, if you need a badass bassist, I'll come play with y'all. It's like everybody just kind of like they started hearing our originals and they're like, yeah, I want to add my sound to this. And Austin brings a badass bass.
As he says, bodacious.
It's
bodacious bass playing.
He's part of this really badass band called Texas Corner Rebels. And he brings in his
shout
own
out to you
sound.
guys,
And we got our drummer Terry. He comes in, brings his own style, and we kind of just really connected. And they just said, like. We got the chance. One day it was like one day. The next, we're like, "Hey, let's." Well, actually, what started was we had booked an ABU on Saturday, and we just put together the band like a week before.
TCR wanted us to open for them.
Yeah, so they invited us to open up for them, and we had like 3 weeks to try to jam in as much stuff and much practice as we can to get started. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, O'Brien's just invited us up. They're like, "Hey, we got $3 Thursday. Would you guys want to come out and play for us?" We're like, yeah, but it's like 1 week from the next. We're like,
whoa!
We're like, crap. Let's really practice every single day we can, every little hour we can. Let's get this going. So
a lot, like you were saying, that was our O'Brien's last Thursday, $3 Thursday. Megan Meek, right? Megan Day Meek. Yeah, she opened for us. She was great, by the way. She was awesome, and like. A lot of this happened really fast.
Yeah, it was like out of nowhere.
Like our first gig was literally 3 weeks tops after we started forming the full band. Yeah. So it was just happening fast, gig, fast, and like we're like, all right, well, we're trying, and like we bust our asses off to work to be able to give a good show.
Yeah, and we brought it. And it made us feel proud. It made me feel proud. It's just like we went from for 2 years from just playing as just me and Scott.
Yeah.
From just one day to the next having a full band.
To full band and then gigs, just boom,
it was just
boom,
like that. We booked 3 gigs out of nowhere. It was just like, whoa, this is all happening so fast, and it was just like.
I was surprised I wasn't nervous on Thursday.
Yeah, it was you get the little jitters. You're like, oh well, that was like our first kind of biggest first gig that we had after a long time. I haven't played a gig like that in quite some time. So
man, I get such terrible cottonmouth. Like I don't know if anyone who's listening who came to that O'Brien show. Like
I was there.
Yeah, Johnson was there. After every song, I had to hop off stage and drink my water because it was like after the first song, I was like, "Can I get a water, please?" I was like, that's my thing. When I get nervous, I get cottonmouth.
That was pretty funny. I was like, and because he ran off the stage and he went to the bar. I was like, dude, can I get a water real quick? We got a show to do. I need some water.
And then we're like, we try to plan it. It's like, when you have that big interview, you got to look in the mirror. You gotta look at yourself. What are we gonna do? This is how I'm gonna say this. But we're like, how are we gonna dress? We gotta look cool.
Like we have to have an image. We want to we wanted to give the crowd a show. And I guess that's another point I want to make. Like I know, like my personal style of performing. Like we talked about, everyone's like, Scotty, you're crazy on stage.
That's what we wanted.
And they're like, because even Brandon was like, you're the front man. You gotta be a front man. I was like, all right. And like another band I love is In Living Color. It's an all black heavy metal band, and like their lead singer has long dreads. He wears spandex, and he goes crazy on stage. And James Brown too. James Brown is a notorious performer. Like he does his little footwork, and like I look up to those guys, and like I feel like every Ragwood Revolver show, we got to be crazy.
Yeah, we got.
Sometimes they think I'm too crazy, I guess.
So they're dancing on the mic.
I tend to hump the mic. That's my thing. I like to hump the mic. They're like,
come and get you some.
Yeah,
then we sing there. We sing that song. Come and get you some.
They're like,
But we want to do, we want to be different. We want to be, we want to set like an image for ourselves. We're like, whoa, Ragwood Revolver is just crazy.
Well, there's an entertainment factor in it as well. It's more than just being a band is more than just going up on stage and playing music. Yeah. You have to have a product, of what your fan base is to expect, or in order to build a fan base, you have to have a product, and that's a combination of live show, studio recordings, even as something as small as a picture, a photo, or how Scotty gets on stage and does his thing. Yeah. All that is a package deal that comes with that. So that helps develop a fan base. And so it's like I said, it's an entertainment factor. Right. Because you don't want to just get up on stage and just. I mean, you don't have a guitar. No. So you just got a mic. So you just gotta make whatever you can happen. Just you and the mic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like so, I get the need to want to jump around and kind of engage the crowd and kind of get the band pumped up because everybody is doing something. And the lead singer, he's singing, but he's singing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let me go ahead and let me do this. I don't know if you guys ever seen Mylan.
Mylan goes crazy on stage.
Yes,
too.
and I mean playing guitar and. You cannot tell him he doesn't look like a rock god. Oh yeah, with that hair.
It's the hair.
Yeah, it is the hair. I know he's got a conditioner there about 3 times a day.
he's got a conditioner.
Even my girlfriend's like, wow, he has beautiful hair.
I'm tempted to run my fingers through it, but I don't want to creep him out. So
he might let you do it too.
He might.
and that's what we're trying to do. Like we're trying to create this image for ourselves. Like, oh well, the Ragwood Revolver is so awesome when they're on stage. Scott's doing backflips and then he morphs into a dragon and then he flies away. It's just like, whoa, man, we don't see this.
So we're talking about an image. What is the goal for the image that that you guys have? You guys actually sat down as a band and said, okay, what is the goal for the image that we're trying to portray, and then with that, what is the goal for the music?
I think for our image, what we kind of told ourselves before we played O'Brien's was like, everyone just act yourselves. Just act yourselves. Yeah. So then Scotty acted himself.
Oh yeah,
Me, I mean, I probably, I'm used to. I get on stage. When I play guitar, I want to I'll doing the dual guitars, hitting back to back, kind of,
Corey strikes me as the cool, calm, collected, like just old soul rocker. Just like Corey's not going to be doing backflips, running around, like jumping, flying on ceiling fans.
He's going to lose that guitar if he does it.
Yeah. He's got the acoustic in his hand. He's going to be rocking out on his own.
And the good thing about it is when you play a show and you really feel the music, like you feel the groove. It's just like the crowd disappears, everybody disappears, and it's just like you. And then you just really feel it. And I feel like when you get that image and you feel your music, you're going to really show yourself like, man, when people see it too, they're going to be like, that guy on stage really loves what he does. That guy looks really happy when he plays music. And that's a good image we're trying to create ourselves. Like, these guys love what they do. And that's like what...
Because we do. We do love it. I love it.
Every time I'm practicing or I'm singing, and even when I played open mics, my girlfriend would always tell me, she'd be like, she's like, every time I see you play, she's like, you got this look in your eyes, like, man, this is the best feeling in the world. It really is. And
it's euphoria.
Yeah, and it really, and that's the image that we go for ourselves. Like, man, that's what we love to do, and that's what we want. We want the crowd to love our music. At the same time, we want us to love our music, and that's the image we set ourselves.
So, do you guys see yourselves as Ragwood Revolver? Is that going to be like a permanent staple? Is that a goal for that? For the band to be a permanent staple?
I was telling the band pretty much the other day, like I'm gonna be on you guys' asses. Practice, and like work on your instruments, because like I think you asked earlier what was when we told you how our image was to answer your question about the sound. We want to evolve. Every show gets better. And even technically, like, we love Southern rock, but like, I'm not saying we're gonna go from Southern rock to like crazy jazz, progressive music, but like, we want to get a little more complex. Every show, like any fans listening, if you come to a Ragwood Revolver show, we want you to know that every show we're gonna give you something more, something better, something for your ear to enjoy every time. We want to evolve, get tighter, have just just a little more complexities every time. So that's our goal for sound.
That way you ain't be like. That way you don't want to be like, well, we saw them O'Brien, so we'll just skip out and see them the next show. We want to be like, no, you saw our other show. Now see our next one.
Yeah,
don't bigger and better.
Don't get lazy on us, because we will never get lazy on you guys.
We want to change it.
Every show is gonna be different. Every show, and it's gonna be better. We promise that.
Add a new material. We're trying to add new material every show we can, and just be like, well, we're like, wow, well, I saw these guys last week. Next week they're gonna bring something different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we want to do too. So not every show is the same exact show. We want everything to be different.
Yeah.
You know.
So you guys did a show at All Bottoms Up.
Yeah.
Here last Saturday.
Correct. Yeah.
And like you were talking about, you opened up for the Texas Corner Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that like? Going from your first as a Ragwood Revolver headlining to you're going to an opener. You're going to play an hour, and then letting them get on stage and kind of take over. Did you feel like you feel any unwarranted pressure, or you were just like, okay, well, let's just go with the flow? This is what we're here to do. We're here to support them. We're opening for them. And then, or did you feel like when they got on stage, like, man, I wish I could have rocked out some more? I know that everybody is a critique of their own, of their own shows.
We're our own worst critics.
Could we have done something better, here, to kind of to engage the crowd? What was that experience like?
I think, we had a lot of fun at O'Brien's and everything, and we sounded great. But like when we played it All Bottoms Up, we all felt it. It was. We had a killer show that night. It was awesome, and like that, I was really pumped that show.
Yeah,
and
me too.
the whole opening up, being headlining thing, it doesn't really affect me too much. Like as long as I get on that stage and I play our music, it's just like that's the best feeling. It's like as a new band, we can't expect to be headlining very much as of right now. We're gonna have to start somewhere, and we're gonna have to open up for a lot of bands.
We got lucky with O'Brien's.
We really did.
That was an honor. That was truly an honor.
And we won't be headlining too much to be starting off of, but. Right, like even open up for awesome bands. Like we would love to open up for like John Austin or 7 Years Today. I think that'd be like a good cornerstone.
Hint, hint, wink.
hint, Mylon, if you're watching this. Yeah. And I had a blast at All Bottoms Up. I even broke 2 strings on stage. But
his 2 of his strings did something. I don't know. Weird things happen, but like we're just like
we still brought it.
We look at each other. Yeah, keep on rocking out.
It sounded like a banjo, but it's like, well, this is awesome. It's just like it's like it's gonna happen, But we still brought an awesome show, and we got the participation. We got the participation from the crowd. We had one of our songs. We stopped the music and we yelled, "Ragwood Revolver, come and get you some."
Got the crowd in on it too.
And then we yelled it out. We were like, everybody with us, and everybody yelled it out, and we're like, yeah, that's a badass feeling. A boner kind of thing,
And then another thing is like TCR, Texas Corner Rebels, which I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna be playing. I don't know. We'll see. Like, be on the lookout for them. Like, we don't know what's coming. Either they're gonna stop playing or they're gonna come back 10,000 times harder. Yeah. But just don't sleep on TCR either. But TCR are also brothers. We know them very well.
Yeah.
Austin is also the bassist for TCR. So it was funny because right after we started playing, Austin stayed on stage for TCR to come up. But like, we're all good friends, so we just wanted to make sure we put on a good show and kept the crowd warm. So when TCR got out there, they could rip it up. Yeah,
that's another thing too. We want to make sure that.
That's a big job for an opener.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we get the crowd pumped.
Keep the crowd warm.
So the headlining band gets the crowd, so the crowd's ready for a headlining band. They're like,
the end all.
Those guys
this is the
awesome.
Opener.
Yeah.
What is the headliner?
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah, exactly.
And Texas Corner Rebels, they brought it. And they killed it.
They did. They did.
And it makes me proud to see all this stuff, It makes me happy. I'm just like, man. And I love to open up for like bigger name bands and stuff like that. Like it makes me feel like, well,
one step at a time,
One step at a time, This is a new band, one step at a time. That's true. I think the biggest thing for us when it comes to headlining / opening, whatever we do, it's not about which band does what or who's better. It's about making sure the entire night was good.
Yeah.
We want to make sure when the audience leaves, they said, "Damn, that was a good ass night." Like that's the big deal. So.
All right, I got we'll go ahead and if you guys want to play another song.
Yeah.
And then I'll have some more questions for you guys, and then of course I always got to keep plugging my sponsors.
Okay.
Thank you, sponsors.
Thank
you. What are you guys going to play?
We're going to play an original of ours called, this one's actually, this is what we usually do. He sings a song, and then I have a song that I sing. I wrote this one called Bad News Baby. I wrote it a few years ago, but it kind of fell together when we put this band together. When you see a really cute girl that walks through the bar, like, it's a bad girl.
Yeah, this one's for the ladies, no doubt.
This one's for the ladies.
This one's for the ladies.
This is one of those, bar songs, good songs.
Alrighty.
All right. It's another night in this country bar. I've been lonesome just a few little
so fine that I really wanna make you mine. Can I take you home tonight? 'Cause I'm on the stage singing, trying to catch my fate, but it's kind of hard when you're staring right at me. It's your bad news, baby, but I'm falling in love with long hair, short dress, can't get enough. It's your bad news, baby, but I'm falling in love with the way you shake your hips. I can't get enough. It's your bad, your bad, your bad, your bad, your bad, oh, your bad, your bad, your bad, your bad, your bad, I'm on the stage singing, trying to catch my fate, but it's kind of hard when you're staring right at me. It's your bad news, baby, but I'm falling in love with a long dress, short, just can't get enough. It's your bad news, baby, but I'm falling in love with the way you shake your hips. I can't get enough. It's your bad, 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 yeah, yeah. Your bad news, baby, but I fell in love. Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was taking some photos while they were playing, so kind of walked away first. I think they were like looking at me, what are you doing?
Usually when I sing, I have my eyes closed like
Me
the
too.
entire time. So really, that's kind of one thing I know. One thing I know, my girl always says, she's like, "You look really funny when you sing and play." I'm like, "Thanks."
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Some people say I look demented, I guess.
you ever seen the pictures of
Yeah.
the guitar face when people get crazy in guitars?
It's raunchy.
Alrighty, well, let me go ahead and replug my sponsors here since we just got done with some awesome music.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, this episode of the Central Texas Music Experience podcast is brought to you by Horizon Design Photography. You can visit them at www.horizondesignphotos.com. They specialize in weddings, portraits, and events, and you can visit their website to purchase digital files or prints that you have. We're also sponsored by Benez Customs Leather. You can go to facebook.com/Benez Customs. That's BNEZ. I'm not going to spell customs. We're grown adults. Specializing in custom handmade leathers, belts, holsters, slings, phone cases, and guitar straps. And we're also sponsored by Buster Sports Bar. They have sports on the television all the time. They have karaoke. They have a great grill, great drink specials, great friendly staff.
Cute
and,
bartenders.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And Russ, the owner there, is a great supporter of the local musicians. And he also has Stormy Lee, who does hosting for the Singer-songwriter night and also Singer Song Swap nights. And we're also sponsored by Coops Vinyl Graphics. They specialize in banners, T-shirt designs, logo designs, any of your vinyl needs. You can go ahead and hit them up and look for, whatever that you want them to do. Okay, and that's done for our sponsors for now until the end. But one question I wanted to ask before you guys got started again, and it just came to me when I started taking pictures, was, we're talking about the goal for the image of the band. What is the long-term goal? Okay, well, before we go long-term, what's the short-term goal for the band as of right now? And then let's go long-term goal, and then we'll talk about basically gigs, possibly recording an album. What kind of goals are you looking for, and do you have a timeline for those, or have you guys not talked about anything like that as because you guys are starting out?
It's kind of just coming like real fast. It's like as of right now, since we're just starting out, we're just like we'll take anywhere that takes us. Really,
Yeah.
playing for beer.
Yeah, we're by no means divas. Like we'll play. We just want to play. That's the short term thing. We just want to play. We'll play anywhere. I mean, we'll play. I don't want to say anywhere, but yeah, anywhere. We'll play anywhere. Yeah, like we'll be in front of the Sefco down the street from your house. You know, just like hey, play for money. But yeah. We'll play anywhere. So that short term, we just want to play. That is the short term thing. We just want to play.
We're
we want to
basically
play.
taking anywhere that can get us.
Marketing, getting our name out. You know, we want people to enjoy us because we love playing. We want people to hear us love playing. Long term, I want to say for the band is yes, recording an album. And like we've had several offers to come in the studio, and like you know, we're still before you guys hear a Ragwood Revolver EP or CD, we want to make sure our sound is tight and completely tight and great. Because we're not going to record a CD, you know, until it's fully tight. You know, we don't want to give you anything less than the best. Any of you guys any less than the best. So I guess every band has to have like a 5-year goal, 1-year goal. Long term, tour bus, touring.
We want it all.
Yeah.
Long term.
Oh yeah, long term. We want to go shoot for the moon. You know.
I would love to open up for some of our favorite bands. Like one of my favorite musicians, one of my favorite bands, Whiskey Myers. I would love to open up for them and stuff like that. And short term, I would love to open up for, like I said, like 7 years today, stuff like that. We would love to get started that way.
Yeah.
And I guess like going towards more long term. I know something me and him like kind of really always wanted to do is get like a music video.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Music video. Yeah.
You know, one of those cool badass music videos. Like, cause we write a lot of party songs, like a lot of we get down, have a few beers kind of songs.
Yeah.
And we want like one of those badass music videos where there's like big ass bonfire and a bunch of girls dancing.
Pretty girls dancing, us playing beers up in the air, like that's. Good.
Ragwood Revolver.
Ragwood Revolver, a good Texas time, you know. So music videos coming. That's gonna happen.
We got some buddy of ours that actually go to college for stuff like that.
Yeah, so
that's
expect
cool.
that eventually. It's in the works.
Yeah, so we got some little things coming.
Yeah.
So in the process of developing, like songs for the band, what is the process that you guys use, like as far as writing and you know, that way, so because sometimes when you write a song and you bring it to the band, say, hey, we're going to play this, and for whatever reason, the arrangement just doesn't, you know, work.
Yeah.
So far, everything we have is clear.
I mean, but you haven't run into anything like that?
Well, normally if anything bad happens, it's my fault because like I'll try to do something crazy in a song. They're like, Scott, stop. I'm like, okay. Because during one band practice, I just busted because I was a hip hop artist at one point. I tried to rap in a song. They're like, no, it's a Southern rock band. You know? And like they're like, because there's a song called "Cruise" by Florida Georgia Line. They did a remix with a rapper Nelly, and like, okay, that's appropriate if we cover that. But like, I try to bust.
We actually
do cover that song, which is cool.
Yeah,
but
we haven't played it yet in front of anybody yet, but we've been working on it. Just like like I said, our generation's a lot younger because like we're younger cats, so a lot of the guys who like check us out, a lot of our new coming fans that are around our same age. Yeah. So
that's generally what when it comes to songwriting, usually Corey will write the foundation for the song, and that's the chord structures for the guitar. All right, and then like as of like lately, I'll write the lyrics, and then when we present it to the other guys, Austin's a great bassist. He can just throw on the bass line, no problem.
Yeah,
Terry will throw on his drums, no problem. Yeah. And then Brandon will come and put on the solos and the lead, no problem. It usually all just comes together pretty smooth. We never really ran into huge problems. I'm the problem in the band.
As songwriting goes, me and Scott really feed off each other. Yeah. Like he tells he'll be like, hey, well, throw this chord in there, and like see if this will work, and then we'll do that, and I'll be like, hey, well, sing it this style, like I was like, or he'll sing a song like 3 different ways, and then we'll choose a way like, all right, then he'll be like, we're like, oh, dude, that sounds badass, we'll sing it like that. Yeah. It's like a big thing for our band is we try to like. Singing plays a huge part in our song. Yeah. And he has a lot of cool different styles of singing. So we want to like.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you.
Bromance. But like we'll be like, oh man, if you sing it like this right here, like dude, that sounds badass. Like keep it that way, Yeah. That's how we usually. We're just. You
just set a foundation. Everyone just builds. It's like building a house. Get your.
Sometimes you got to tear down walls, and sometimes you put better ones up.
Yeah. Well, I know in the so. Outside of the songwriting and now you guys got the band and so you had several band practices and you had a couple shows already. Mm-hmm. So have you guys had any? I mean, you guys don't have to go really in depth with this, but have you guys had any? I know with a new band, the expectations for what you guys want to do is a certain way for certain people. For certain members of the band, maybe between you guys, your expectations are different, or maybe between other members of the band. Have you guys run into anything like that where the expectations have been this A, but y'all's expectations have been B? So we want to go, you guys kind of have to get everybody in the same mind frame, to go in the direction that you guys are looking at. Because me, talking to you guys, you obviously are the leaders of the band because you guys have been friends. You guys basically started the whole,
thing.
Thing.
Ground up,
People keep saying that, but I feel bad. Like I don't want us to be like it's me and Corey's thing because like anyone who's in Ragwood Revolver, it's a family. Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Well, yeah, that's all well and good, but you got to be realistic to make who's going to make decisions. Because
it really is. When it comes down to it, like Scott and I really started it, and when it comes to songwriting and everything, we write the songs and then we bring everybody up to speed with it. Like, hey, we wrote this. You guys write whatever y'all want to write, and they usually come in with some really cool grooves, however they feel. And, we're like, all right, that's badass.
Are you guys open to other members of the band, like if they've actually written a song? Are you guys open to doing something if it meets the criteria of the style that you guys want to do?
Yeah, anyone's open to bring whatever they feel would help the sound to the table. That's fine. Yeah. Because we're a new band, I can't really comment much on your question about like the expectations because I've only just recently messaged all the members saying like guys, like I know for me personally, like I want this to be a career. Like I've done a lot of things in my life, good and bad.
Music's always been the
good thing. And like my parents came to our show at All Bottoms Up, and like they smiled at me, and they for once they said, not for once, but they were like, "We're proud of you." Kind of for once they said they're proud of me, and I'm like, "Damn, this is and like so like I talked to a good buddy of mine, Zach Haygood. He's a drummer for a band up in Denton, and like they're actually doing really well up there. And he gave me some tips. He was like, sometimes you kind of got to be a slave driver in the band. You gotta kick their asses. And like I messaged all the guys today, actually, or yesterday. Like, guys, it's time to kick in and drive 200%. Not saying that we haven't been, but like just that motivator, because it's like that warriors that just guys, it's time. Like, because I know all the guys in this band love music, and I know even Corey. Like, we want this to be a career. So
I definitely agree with the whole slave driver mentality, so to speak, because. If you guys are trying to do something and you guys have a goal to get there, you got to get everybody. It's like having a bunch of horses. It's like, hey, come on,
you can't have a lame horse and expect.
And it's unfortunate. If you have to cut people or maybe draw them in or say, hey, we need to stay here and not go here. This is where we are right now. With that being said, do you feel like there is because you have these other bands, do you feel like it's a little bit of a competition now that you're starting out? And I know maybe not right now, but after a while, after you guys do a few openers, a few shows, you're gonna be in this position where, okay, now we're competing to go play here, but that spot might not be there because these other guys have notoriety,
unfortunately,
and we don't. So do you feel like there might be a competition in the works? And then with that being said, would there be any, as things start heating up for you guys, which I'm pretty sure that they will, I have confidence in that. Do you feel like maybe there'd be different elements that will change with the band, to evolve to get to that next level? Because you guys have done, evolutions in music to get to where you are now. Yeah. So do you think that might be something that you guys will have to go through down the line?
Eventually, yes. I mean, our sound probably will change. As of right now, it's pretty southern rock. So, but eventually, as we start getting more technical and stuff, we want to. We only had a few practices, so some of our, I guess some would say our songs are simple-ish right now, but they're still really good. Yeah. And with more practice over time, we want to bring in some really cool guitar parts, really badass bass.
More progressive things.
Yeah, we want to add some real technical stuff to it. And as if you're saying for competing, the way I see it is like when I used to run track. You don't know how fast you're running until somebody's in front of you. Yeah. And you're like, oh man, it's like if you're ahead of the whole crowd and nobody's running, you can get a faster time if you run a lap and somebody's in front of you. It makes you push harder. Like, man, I gotta beat that guy. Yeah. But at the same time, all the musicians right here, we're all family and stuff like that. I like to play with the friends that we have, you know, like that's the way I see it.
Yeah, I think that comes from our southern raising. Like
Yeah.
we don't want to be that band who's like, we want to be better than all you guys.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that.
We really just want to play and be successful. We want success. And I know when it comes to success, you're gonna have to like compete, and like that's
dog eat dog. You know?
and it's the music industry it's rough.
It
actually.
is rough.
Like now that we're doing this stuff, I've actually learned like it's not as simple as when it was just me and him doing open mics, and that's fine. We kind of deal as the stress gets higher, we work harder, but like, you know, if. May the best band win, I guess. That sounds awful, maybe, but you understand? Like, it may the best. Just
we're not going to strive to be better than everybody else, but we're going to strive to be an amazing band ourselves. To be like,
exactly.
So we're gonna strive to be.
So not go direct competition, but like, okay, this is our lane as it is, and we're going to be the best at what we do.
Exactly.
And let our work speak for ourselves. And if people like us, then
exactly.
we're there. You know,
exactly.
We're going to strive to make one amazing sound for one.
I always ask controversial questions. I try to start shit.
That's what people want to hear, though.
I'm not trying to start shit. I just want to be like, you know, because these things are thoughts that we all have.
People have, yeah.
Because, like, for example, if you guys go see a show from a local band, doesn't matter who it is. For example, 7 Years Today, or Justin Bravo and his band with the Red Dirt Ramblers, or John Austin. Say you go see them and you look at them and how they're performing and everything. And you know that it's taken them a lot of work to get to that point. Yeah. But at the same time, you're like, damn it, I wish I could, you know, do you ever have that feeling? It's like, damn it, I wish I could be at that level. And then we can get.
That's what we say all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we saw John Austin play not too long ago. And we're
for
like,
Faith's birthday.
Yeah, for Faith's birthday. We're like, damn, dude, they're so good. We're like, man, we want to be that good.
Yeah, and they actually let us get up. They let me and Corey get up on stage and like play like these little instruments. That was cool.
Like, involved,
that was cool.
I think that's a big thing too. When you let the crowd get involved. That's going to be a big thing for us too. And like I said, for we want to be different than a lot of the bands around here. We want to have different elements you don't see around here. And I feel
that's
like
a good point he's making. Yeah,
I feel like when you do that, more people will be like, hey, well, come to Ragwood Revolver show. They have an awesome show. They always do different things. You know? Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, we. Although all the bands here have a similar thing, that's a bad thing in my eyes. Ragwood Revolver, we want if you come to a show and we're opening or someone's open for us and it's like 7 Years Today or whatever band, like we don't want it to be the same. We want it to be different. So because I think that's what makes a band stand out.
It really does.
And although we respect these bands and maybe now or even at one point we idolize them or look up to them, we don't want to be that band. We want to be our own sound, our own band. That way, that sets us apart from the rest. Because if you have a cookie cutter band, then you know no one's gonna be passionate about coming to hear you.
Yeah.
So we
because
definitely
they're like, well, if I want to see them, then I can go see them.
Yeah.
You know.
You want
I saw one of their shows, so that's good enough.
Like we want like if we're playing one night and another band's playing one night, we want you to be able to make that choice that. You know, Ragwood Revolver is going to give you this. It's going to be different. Like,
so, what's the element that's going to that you think will separate you guys?
I guess our young vibe, really.
Our young vibe and wild, entertaining performances. We like to entertain, like not showboating. What am I trying to say?
Showboat.
So not showboating. That sounds awful.
So when we make the touchdown, we'll be in the rowboat.
I can't talk right now.
Showmanship.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Showmanship. Yeah. Showmanship and.
That was awesome pauses like between our songs. Get the crowd involved. Y'all sing it with us.
Crowd participation. Crowd participation too. We like I don't know. I was thinking about one day because if we have a cordless mic, like going in and just like making out with a girl in the audience, that's a joke. If I get a cordless mic, like going out in the audience, like is it recording right now? Like is there on video?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm dancing. I know. But anyway, like going out in the audience and just good, solid rock star performances, man. Like. You can't beat that. Like, there's nothing more boring than going to a show and the band's just sitting there just playing. Like, no offense to any bands that do that. I don't know, but I'm trying to be all polite. But anyway, go out in the audience. Just if you're gonna come to a Ragwood Revolver show, expect a show.
This is not the show where you have to be polite.
Okay,
you can say whatever you want, however you want to say it.
Because we're that new band. We're like, oh God, we don't want to step on any toes, man.
Well, you know what? It'll show that. I mean, for me personally, if you're a new dog. You know, somewhere. I guess you got to show that dominance because you got to get part. You want to be part of that pack. So you want to start running with the pack. You need to show that you can bite just like they do.
Bite as hard as they do. Yeah.
That's like I said. We have that young mentality. We're just like, I guess we're just gonna come in as like, wow, Revolver's a bunch of fucking rebels, man.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can build that reputation, but
that's actually
be professional at the same time. You know,
that's actually I'm glad Corey said that's the true. Like we kind of do want the rebel persona. Honestly, like we have a rebel persona because we are.
Just kind of
are we like one of the younger bands in this area?
We are probably the youngest.
We probably are. Aside from TCR,
Yeah.
Texas Corn Rebels, we are the youngest band in this area, and like we want that, and we're the new guys in town. But we're gonna bring it just like you guys can, if not better. Like
set the world on fire.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
That's not.
So
That's weird. That's a fuck, Scott. That's his young mentality.
So now with venues and you guys starting to kind of hit the ground running a little bit, what are your what venues do you want to actually play at right now? What venues interest you where you guys want to go do a full band right now?
Yeah, Whiskey Creek.
Whiskey Creek, for sure.
I know. Playing our open mics. Mylan does open mic on Tuesdays at O'Brien's, and that was definitely one of our favorite.
That is probably my favorite
one of
bar.
our favorite bars to play at.
Jokers.
Yeah.
Jokers Ice House.
Jokers has always been good to us.
Texas Barn Grill.
Yeah. O'Brien's was a big one for us. We'd always talk about like, yeah, we want to get O'Brien's because like we loved that place.
That was the first place we played at. That was
like,
wild.
Yeah,
we were like,
that's
whoa.
a great start. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know about a lot of places in this area?
I think actually the biggest one that I want to make it as a goal to get to is when Schultz hosts their when they host their when they host their their summer lineup.
It's a big one.
I would love to even if we're opening up, I would love to play at that outside stage right there.
Yeah.
Because like if you play there, like if you get a chance to play there and open up for a band there, you got it.
I feel like that's when you're a big dog in Central Texas. When you play there.
Every city has like a step in venues. It's like, well, it's like you play at this venue, now you can move up to the next one. And I feel like Schultz is one of that, like the biggest one around here. You're like, you play at Schultz like on the weekends, and one of those weekend line or one of those summer lineups. You're a great band, you know.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that's where we really want to get to.
So do you see you guys getting there for next season?
That's
the
our
goal.
plan. That's
Man,
our goal.
No, screw this. Bell County Expo Center. Bell County Expo Center, baby.
We're playing in New York, man. We're going to Nashville.
Man, we're going to.
But that's a big goal of ours to go play at shows.
Open up shows. Yeah.
Well, let me make a suggestion to you guys. I know you guys know a lot of the local bands out here, but talk to them, absorb as much knowledge as you possibly can, and just like. Not to the point where like you're like spying, but like because they will offer,
pass down,
because they've been in that same situation.
Yep.
You guys are just starting out. Yeah. They've been in that very same thing. Probably gone through 3 different interpretations of the band that they are now, or 3 different types of musicians that they used to play this song. Well, they don't play that song anymore because of this. Get with these guys and, really talk to them and say, hey, what kind of insight can you offer me, as far as I'm starting a band? And they'll gladly sit there and talk to you, even if it's like 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what you can learn in a short amount of time just talking to guys with experience. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with getting advice like that. Yeah. Because, whether it's, positive or negative, if they tell you, hey, pack up and pack it in because it ain't worth it. Yeah. You don't have to take that, as a bad thing. You can say,
like we're in it for the long run.
Yeah, that could be a motivation thing. So, okay, you know what? We're going to keep going or, because the band element is very finicky because with the different personalities that you have involved in it. So it's like you're gonna have to pick and choose your battles. Whether it comes to practicing, playing, start recording CDs, doing promotional stuff. Yeah. It's all a big package, and beyond what the crowd and what Vince will see is all that politics in the middle.
Yeah, there's always behind the scenes.
Have you guys had? You guys haven't had anything like that yet. Any politics involved behind the scenes stuff? No.
Man, I'll be honest, man. A little bit. There's a little bit, and there's no such thing as rainbows and sunshine in any band. Like there's little things. I don't want to get like too in depth because like I do respect the members of this band and everything that goes, but like there's always little things, especially when a band of all guys. We're all young, and there's always gonna be like if someone's having a bad day, like there's one practice where there's a little tension, and the thing is though, here's one great thing about this band: there's one day there's a little tiff, a little tension, but by the end of practice, it was all good because like we started playing. Once we started playing, actually playing, like we're all like, okay, yeah, we sound pretty good.
Yeah, we sound
why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? We sound
We should put our
good.
dicks away for
The
a while.
music has
Exactly.
brought us together.
Yeah, we put our dicks away. Really, that's what happened. We put our dicks away because it sounded great, and we're like, man, this is silly.
You get a lot of egos in a room
Yeah.
together, you know.
Yeah, and that's what happens. Yeah.
And that also makes a family, you know. You guys, you know, if you guys want to be a unit, you're obviously going to have to
Yeah.
have some tiffs and some, you know, some politics going on behind the
Yeah.
scenes because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's going to make you stronger because
Yeah.
then you know where you can go and where you can't go.
Yeah.
You know, as far as you know, certain things, you know,
Right.
between members or even with, you know, fans.
Right,
You know,
right.
sometimes you got to draw a certain line when it comes to dealing with certain fans and be
Yeah.
like, hey, you can't get involved in this aspect or something.
Yeah.
Every band, you know, has that
Yeah.
person.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know, it's just one of those things, you know.
Bad guy.
So, but hey, you know, I really liked what you guys did at O'Brien's, and I didn't get the chance to actually catch you guys at All Bottoms Up. We had a long day. We were at the Zombie Fest in Coppers Cove,
Yeah.
and I was sunburned and beat
That
up.
seemed like fun.
It was. Let me tell you what it was. It was. We were playing on a street, no stage.
What?
We were on the street, so the sun hitting
Zombies
the
running
concrete.
around?
Yeah, seriously.
That's so crazy.
Seriously, we were on the
That's
street,
cool, though.
and the sun was just burning up that street, and it was just kicking our asses, man.
Yeah.
It was killing us.
Yeah.
So by the time, I mean, we kind of bounced like 45 minutes earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you know she coordinated pretty much everybody who was going to play
Mm-hmm.
out there, and it was just it was kind of rough.
Yeah.
You know, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was like we were there at like 9 a.m. and
Mm-hmm.
spent all day till about 5:30.
Yeah.
So we were just like, oh shit. And we found a great spot in the shade, and then of course, by the time 2 or 3 came around, that shade was gone, and we're just getting beat. We're getting beat to shreds. But
Yeah.
you know, it was fun, and then you know we kind of got wiped out, and I was like,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So, but I always like to check out you know new bands
New
and kind
artists,
of
yeah.
you know not to say you know competition.
Yeah.
You know, but I like to check out new bands because
Compliment yourself.
because you know it's just like this. This whole podcast is designed to use as a promotional tool for
Indeed.
local
Indeed.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know whatever you do with it, that's really up to you guys. You post it on Facebook, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But this kind of gives insight, a different perspective of the artists that are out there.
Yeah.
You know, they get to talk about you know their struggles.
You get to know us.
Yeah,
You-
that's the whole point. That's the whole point. You want to seem approachable to your audience, and you know, as a fledgling, you know, band that you know, there you go.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we do that pretty good too, because
Yeah.
like we both have a pretty good sense of humor, personality.
Yeah.
It's like we love to make the crowd, the audience laugh too. You know,
Yeah.
it sets off apart. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
well, I'm excited to see where you guys go next. I want to
you.
see, you
Yeah,
know,
thank you.
where you know. I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah.
But I'll be with, you know, since after talking to you guys, I'm like, okay, I remember what we talked about in the interview. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, they did this and that, you know. But I really like to see the evolution of music because
Yeah.
it's very, there's nothing like music. Nothing
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like music. Music
Don't
is
get me
so
started.
different.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful, horrible,
Yeah.
terrible, wonderful thing
Yeah.
in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And it brings out good and bad emotions, and it brings out, you know, all these different things that you just couldn't fathom, you know, whether you're playing it or listening to it.
Yeah.
So it's very, and it's very interesting to me because I like seeing, you know, bands go up on stage.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of performers, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next. And
Appreciate it.
I
We're gonna
think
bring it.
with your songwritings and your singing and where your guys' band is right now, I think you guys have great potential.
Thank
so
you.
you know, that's my opinion, folks.
Well,
I'm
thank
pretty
you.
sure you'll have your own
That's a knee
opinions.
slapper.
But yeah, I really can't wait to see what you guys have coming up next, and I hope you know you guys have great things coming your way, and I'm pretty sure you know more venues you guys are gonna be doing some more shows and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
and like you said, the more shows you guys do, the more that raw
Yeah.
young element you can bring to it,
Yeah.
man. I think you guys can rock some faces off. So
Thank you.
I think that's the ultimate goal, right? At the end of the
Yes,
day.
that is the ultimate goal.
Alrighty.
Walk out with melted faces.
Well,
Yeah.
if you guys want to play one more song before we close it out, we've hit our hour mark and
Sounds
beyond
good.
our
Technical
hour mark,
difficulties,
that's
folks.
cool.
Please stand by.
Corey put it in the wrong
you need some
hole.
like really awesome technical.
Jeopardy music.
This is the beauty of doing this podcast.
You do Born and Raised?
Yeah, we'll do Born and Raised. It's one of my.
All right, folks, we're sorry. We broke a string, or Corey broke a string.
Corey did it.
Yeah, actually, it was Scott's fault.
Yeah,
Singing too hard.
I was singing to you.
Vibrations just-
All right, whenever you're ready. Sorry, folks.
All right, we're gonna do Born and Raised. This is
Another original.
This is another original.
Yeah, I've been down so many roads, trying to find my way home. Yeah, Mama told me to take my time on this long road I will find. Yeah, you might think I'm crazy, think I'm a fool, but I know just where I stand. Yeah, I'm a countryman, not a fool. I know where I stand. I'm a countryman, not a fool. I know where I stand. Yeah. Oh. Mama told me to slow down before I break down. She said, don't be a fool, boy. Take your time, 'cause life is kinda crazy. Yeah. You might think I'm crazy, think I'm a fool, but I know just where I stand. Yeah, I'm a countryman, not a fool. I know where I stand. I'm a born and raised down, just where I stand. You might think I'm crazy, think I'm a fool, but I know just where I stand. Yeah. I was born and raised just where I stand. I was born and raised just where I
Yeah. All right. Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulties.
I think we made it up for a pretty bad song.
All right. Thanks for everybody. Thank you for all your support, and check out Ragwood Revolver. Can we find you on Facebook?
Yes, we have a
Yes.
band page.
Ragwood Revolver.
Ragwood Revolver.
Okay. Do you guys have a Reverb Nation page?
Not yet. I don't think we've set
No.
one up yet.
Be on the lookout for recordings. They're coming. They're coming. Just
Alrighty.
sit tight.
We have a few songs on my YouTube channel. It's just my name, Corey Ipock. If you just search it on YouTube channel. we
Or
have-
Ragwood Revolver, I think.
No, it's I think it's
Okay.
under my name. Some of our other stuff.
All right. Well, guys, I want to thank everybody's support, and please check out Ragwood Revolver on Facebook and on
Thank you, no
YouTube.
doubt.
We
Yeah.
have a show at we do have a show coming up, a little gig coming up at
Club Rumors 26.
Yeah, Club Rumors 26.
Awesome.
Yep.
All righty. And how can people get in the show? Do they got to sell tickets or?
You will be
what's it
selling
do?
tickets, and also you can pay at the door too.
Pay at the door. We'll
Pay
be
at the
selling
door.
tickets.
So-
If you buy tickets from us, it'll be much cheaper. We'll
Yeah.
make sure we get those to everyone who
And I'll
wants
give you a
one.
hug and a high five.
Okay, how can I get a hold of you? If they wanna
You
buy
can
some
find us
tickets.
both on Facebook. You can message us on Facebook or contact us through the band page. Too.
Message the band
Yeah,
page.
message to the band page. Just be like, hey, I want a ticket. I'm interested in coming to your show. We would need all the support we can. We're a new band.
Facebook.com/Ragwood-Revolver.
Okay, so check them out and pick up those tickets for the show on the 26th at Rumors. And this is a great new young band, and they have a lot of energy, and they're going to blow your faces off. So please buy those tickets. Please support your local music scene. And these guys work hard. They write their asses off. They sing their asses off. They play their asses off. You can't expect nothing. You can't expect nothing more. So once again, this is Johnston Plumley with Central Texas Music Experience. You can check this episode out on Wednesday. It'll be on iTunes, podbean.com, and YouTube, the video version of it. And thanks, guys, for hanging out with me today and answering my questions.
Thanks for having us. It was fun.
I appreciate it. This is Johnston Plumley with the Central Texas Music Experience, signing out.